Cameron, Ruth, Joe, Patrick, Ava, David. They're not on holiday, they're not teaching, they're not building, they're not telling anyone the answers. These people are part of a team sharing solutions to problems that really matter. Some of them are graduates, some of them have just done their A-levels. For some of them, it's the start of a career in development. For others, it's the chance to go to a new country, see new things and meet new people. All of them are young. They all want to make a difference, and they all have the skills to do it, even if at first they didn't know it. SPW, linked learning to life.
Yeah, wake you.
Away from the hustle and bustle of the town, in the rural areas, the volunteers are preparing for a new day of activities. The SPW staff at the office are busy carrying out the day-to-day running of the Ugandan program and providing essential support facilities.
They're winding up now. What's your impression of the whole program this year?
Okay, well, the first program
At SPW, it's about harnessing the energy and enthusiasm of trained young volunteers through peer-led programs tackling health and environmental issues facing people in Africa and Asia today.
The first really exciting moment for me was when we made a fuel efficient stove in our own village with people. But the next day, when we came late back at home, they were making a fuel efficient stove in another place. So they copied the fuel efficient stove that we made, and that was, for me, that was like, wow, it's working. It is working.
Ava works on the environmental program. It runs for 4 to 5 months and encourages techniques which naturally fertilize the soil, promote recycling, increase crop yield, improve sanitation, and control waterborne diseases. SPW volunteers on the health education program are excellently placed to make a real difference. During the 7 to 10 months they spend overseas, volunteers act as role models and peer educators using a variety of non-formal techniques such as games, drama, dance and music. Volunteers establish links with the local community and other concerned organisations and bring them together for a health day where information about life-threatening diseases such as HIV/AIDS, malaria, as well as about nutrition and adolescent reproductive health is discussed in a sensitive and accessible way.
I'm very excited about the increasing notice and attention that is being given to peer educational programs, because I am very convinced personally that young people learn best and adjust their behavior and according to what their peers do. So the efforts we spent earlier on in the pandemic, we adults telling young people what to do, I think we are misplaced. We have very good values to pass on, but I think we should allow young people, like the program we have here in Uganda, SPW, that uses young people to reach other young people.
SPW is all about partnership. Volunteers recruited from within the country, like Patrick, David and Ruth, are trained, work and live alongside those from the UK, Australia, America and across Europe.
I can't deny that one of the things that encouraged me to do SPW was the fact that I would be living and working with people from a completely different culture to my own, Africans. And yes, I have to admit that I was perhaps apprehensive. You know, the language, the culture, would I be able to fit in and work with that for 7 months? But as I say, that was going to be part of the challenge.
Before I came to SPW, I thought
the overseas volunteer would look down upon us. They would be really so arrogant, and they would discriminate us and make us do lots of work.
But then I've been incredibly lucky, and both me and Hannah, the Western girl I live with, get on incredibly well with the two Ugandan guys we live with. They've been fascinating to live with and work with, and they've helped us in more ways, I'm sure, in our existence up here in the mountains than we could have done on our own in a matter of years.
Because presently we get along very well, we share the work together, and we're really one happy family. I don't look at them as, you know, overseas volunteers. I just look at them as Hannah and Cameroon.
SPW volunteers are changing the lives of people in rural communities across the world right now, and the experience is incredibly rewarding. The sustainable nature of the SPW program means that the communities will continue to benefit well into the future, and the volunteers will take with them an experience they will cherish forever.
Being able to argue without being told, being able to choose without being coerced, and being able to stand out on your own without being, defended or supported. In that case, they are learning those critical skills which we refer to as life skills. They take their own decision for their lives and make sure that what they have decided to do is what will determine their future.
You wanna truly see rose and happy tally for noggin. Nyandena zitu mani family can masland. Vunizi yani uti andati rano masu entu ni apati. Awampu are fam nuranania.
Cameron, Ruth, Joe, Patrick, Ava, David. They're not on holiday, they're not teaching, they're not building, they're not telling anyone the answers, they're not just taking a year out. These people are part of a team sharing solutions to problems that really matter. Some of them are graduates, some of them have just done their A-levels. For some of them, it's the start of a career in development. For others, it's the chance to go to a new country, see new things and meet new people. All of them are young. They all want to make a difference, and they all have the skills to do it, even if at first they didn't know it. SPW, linked learning to life.